Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I would like to talk about the spirit of jealousy, how it operates, and give some prime examples of how we've seen it in the Bible over and over, and what other spirits might accompany this spirit of jealousy. So, from the beginning, the very beginning of the Bible, we see the spirit of jealousy in operation, where Cain killed his younger brother instead of leading the younger brother, instead of challenging the younger brother to be a better person. He ended up killing his younger sibling because of this spirit of jealousy that overtook him. So one of the element that characteristic of a spirit of jealousy is that it is an overtaker. It takes over your mind, your body, and your spirit. So it is accompanied, so to speak, by that fury, hate, dishonesty, all these negative spirits, fear that this person will be better off than yourself. All these spirits accompany the spirit of jealousy. And so I would advise that we give no place to the spirit of jealousy in our hearts. The moment you realize that you begin to be jealous of your brother, begin to renounce that spirit of jealousy. Renounce it, send it back to the abyss from whence it came. It is that same spirit of jealousy that led Satan, the devil, to want to overthrow God, and to take his kingdom and to do what he would with God's creation, which is you and me. And so we should give no place to the spirit of jealousy. We also saw the spirit of jealousy in operation when Moses was called. Immediately, Miriam and Aaron, they became jealous. God was speaking to Moses, and he was speaking outrightly. He wasn't speaking through dreams or visions. And in that moment, they even lacked understanding. They didn't care that God was using Moses for a greater purpose, to deliver a whole nation. They cared that he was not using them, and he wasn't speaking to them. And as a result, the wrath of God came upon them. We're seeing a trend. With Cain, the wrath of God came upon him. He was banished to some other place. Miriam and Aaron, they broke out in leprosy. We see it again when David was called to be king of Israel, when God no longer desired to use Saul because of his disobedience. Saul became jealous of David when the women were exalting him and his accomplishments. Saul made it his utmost responsibility to remove David's very existence from the earth. God was also wrath. But as a man of principle, David never took it into his own hands. David knew the calling upon his life, and so he decided to fulfill what God wanted him to do. Despite the enemy that existed, David never tried to kill the enemy, because he said, there's an anointing on the enemy and I dare not touch, despite that this person wants to take my life. So we see why God chose David. David was a humble person. That's why he could sit in the presence of God. That's why he could be led. He had that spirit of humility. And yes, so those three instances we see where people allow jealousy to overcome them. There's also another instance where the disciples of Jesus in the book of Acts started to do great miracles and works of God. And then we see the Pharisees, the Sadducees, and all those in authority who became jealous because they could not heal the sick, they could not cast out devils, and they could not do any of the things that the people were gravitating to at the time. And so they became jealous again. They locked them in jail. So this spirit of jealousy and its accompaniments, we should give no place to it. We should renounce it from our lives. It can be very dangerous, and it can cause the wrath of God to come upon you. Bless you.